Okay, folks, well, we'd like to thank you all for your interest in this story. It's been a long, grueling number of months. Our members have done a lot of soul searching since back in September when the New Page Corporation shut down the mill and brought us to where we are today. We had 3 grueling weeks of negotiations with the Stern partners, PWCC, and as you know, the voting took place yesterday and today, and we're pleased to announce that the voting has culminated with a 85% acceptance of the contract offer. We now look forward to working with the Stern partners and getting this mill up and running again and doing what we do best, and that's make paper. I'll be happy to take any questions.
Have they told you when you guys might be back to work?
No.
How many people voted? How many votes are cast?
I'll give you a percentage of 85% of the votes cast were acceptance. I'm not going to give you the number of votes.
Are you surprised by the outcome?
Not really. It's a higher number than I thought. I guess I was a little surprised at that. But our members have spoken, and we certainly respect their wishes. And as I said, we look forward to getting this plant up and running.
Very difficult decision for the membership, given what they were voting on. In many cases, they were voting themselves out of a job.
That's true. Yeah, we had, as I said, we've had our members do a lot of soul searching over the last number of weeks. This is a big day for Port Hawkesbury, not just the people that work at the mill, but as I said earlier, the businesses in the community and the residents of Port Hawkesbury. We're just now anxious to get this mill up and running again and work to make it productive and successful.
How much pressure was on the workers, and how much did that play a role in the voting?
Lots.
Because it's not just their jobs.
No, there's been lots of pressure on the workers. We've heard all kinds of comments, and now that this is passed and ratified by the large majority that it is, I hope people realize that the union workers here in Port Hawkesbury are not a greedy bunch of people. We're not selfless people. We are taking this responsibility very seriously, and we think we've done what's best for Port Hawkesbury.
Do you have a sense of how soon the mill might be open? There are some steps, I think, that still have to...
Well, this is a big step to get by. They now have to go before the UARB and get that to deal with the Power Corporation ratified and go from there, but I don't know how long that process will take.
Your thoughts on this result tonight?
Well, it was a positive outcome. It's the ballot box has spoken. It's a clear indication that the people obviously made a informed decision, and the past is the past. It's time to move forward, and there's a lot of work to be done, and I'm sure the members are up to it, and we look forward to the future.
They weren't in a very enviable position, were they? It was a pretty tough line between a rock and a hard place almost.
This was very difficult for everyone, and from my perspective, it was the most difficult negotiations I've had to go through.
Why do you say that?
Well, you're starting from, it wasn't a renewal of a collective agreement, it was the formation of a brand new agreement.
And one with not great terms to go with it.
Well, it's always a challenge when you go from renewing something to making something completely new. There is a substantial difference in the way you have to go about that and what the end result brings.
And none the least of which is the number of jobs that goes with it.
Yes, it's been very difficult. We've lost a number of our members as a result of this, and we've got an opportunity here that a lot of other mills didn't have, and that is for 229 more jobs.
You say now some of the hard work begins. What is that?
Well, obviously, we have to get the mill up and running, and that in itself is a challenge. It should be somewhat easier based on the government's commitment to keep it on a hot idle and continue to do that. There are a number of things that also have to be accomplished before the startup can begin. We've got some issues that we have to bring forward to merge the 3 bargaining units with the board, and the new owner has to finish the process with Nova Scotia Power, and then I would think the last piece of the puzzle will be when everything is signed off and everything comes into force and it's determined that we have a new owner.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm Greg Morrow at the CEP Union Hall in Port Hawkesbury with breaking news just into 1015 The Hawk. Unionized workers have voted to accept a contract from Stern Partners Incorporated. Voting took place yesterday and today. CEP Local 972 spokesperson Steve McDougall told reporters 85% of members who cast ballots voted in favor of the 10-year deal that would slash the unionized workforce at the mill to 229. McDougall said he still has no idea when the Idle Point Upper Mill could reopen. Again, CEP Local 972 members have voted in favor of a contract from Stern Partners Incorporated. We'll have more on this and other stories at 11 p.m. with Carrie Penny. I'm Greg Morrow, breaking news anytime on 1015 The Hawk.